Yeah, here we go.
Kansas City Chiefs fans are trolling the Bills in the coolest way possible. Last Sunday's overtime thriller between the Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills is probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest playoff game of all time. And obviously the game has caused a lot of controversy whether or not overtime rules should be changed in the NFL. But nonetheless, as we all know, the Chiefs were able to get to overtime by driving down the field in 13 seconds. And Chiefs fans found a pretty fun way to troll the Bills on this. You see, Chiefs fans all over are donating $13 to Josh Allen's charity fund. And this fund was named after Josh Allen's grandmother, Patricia Allen, and it benefits the Children's Hospital in Buffalo. And it's being reported that nearly 4,000 Kansas City Chiefs fans have raised $60,000 for Josh Allen's fund.
All right, y'all, here we go with our show. Highlight reel from my guest.
If you're a fan of NFL football or just football in general, you had to love the slate of games that we got this weekend, and none bigger than the Bills and the Chiefs to cap off the evening. What more can be said about the way that Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen played the quarterback position? Just absolutely phenomenal. Nice too, but what I want to talk about is the overtime rule. I've heard a lot of people complaining about the way that game ended, saying it was unfair. The Bills never had an opportunity to get the ball. Look, I'm actually okay with the NFL's overtime rule. I wasn't a big fan before when just a field goal could beat you, but now with needing a touchdown to end the game on the first possession, that feels okay to me. Look, defense is just the biggest part of the game as the offense is. If you want your offense out on the field, play great defense and get a stop. So I was okay with the way the game ended. I'm okay with the overtime rule, but tell me what you guys think. Do you like it, or do you think it needs to be tweaked?
All right, good evening, everybody. We got our guest, Jason Talk Sports here. We flown him in all the way from Georgia. He's in the green room. He's mic'd up. We ready to go. Where is my host? I'm Doc. Mike is somewhere running around Spring Grove, PA, and it's cold up there. I changed my flight to March when I did a check, and it's going to be 58 degrees in March because I do not want to battle 10-degree weather, Jason.
I hear you.
Well, introduce yourself real quick, man. Who is Jason Talk Sports?
Yeah, I'm Jason Collins. I love sports. You know, sports has been a part of my life since I can remember. Played sports, all throughout my youth, high school, college. So I love sports. I love talking about sports, and I'm excited to be on with you guys tonight.
Well, thank you so much. What's up, Brendan? How you doing, Brother McGrew? Brendan is one of our avid followers. He plays with us on Madden Football, and thankful for his service. He's a fireman, and he's in the chat room tonight. And so, real quickly, we just learned in the green room you played at Penn State. When did you play at Penn State?
I was there in the mid-'90s. I was part of that undefeated Rose Bowl team in '94.
Yeah.
Some other really good teams like 95, 96, and 97. So, yeah, just some great times at Penn State, some really good teams. So, yeah, some of the best times of my life.
Yeah. Sure. Now, did you play pro? You play NFL football in it?
No, I had some tryouts with a few teams. Tough business to get into. Had some workouts, had some tryouts. Never stuck on a roster.
Yeah.
But did mess around in arena a little bit and things like that. But never made it to the NFL.
Okay, I think Brendan, Jason, I think Mike is coming on into the picture. Y'all, without any further ado, the legend in his own mind, Michael Perez. He cracks. Jason, to know Mike is to love Mike.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
You ain't say nothing but the truth.
Okay, Brendan, everybody, tonight we have a candidate for a new NFL commissioner. Roger Goodell has announced on TikTok that he's going to retire. at the end of this current football season after the Super Bowl, and Jason Collins has thrown his hat in the ring. So Jason is auditioning for NFL commissioner tonight. So job one, your first 100 days on the job, will you change the overtime rules? Like in the game, the Chiefs versus the Bills, winning the overtime, Bills didn't touch the ball. So commissioner wannabe, would you change the overtime rules?
Look, I know there's been a lot of discussion about the overtime rule. I've heard so many people complain and saying that it was unfair that the Bills didn't get a chance to touch the ball. But for me, I think the overtime rule is fine. I'll be honest, I didn't love it when you could kick a field goal to end the game.
True.
The way
Sudden
the
death.
kickers
Right.
kick now and the accuracy and the distance that they can kick from, for me, a field goal didn't feel right. But to me, the touchdown seems fair. Look, I'm a defensive person. I like to see good defense. So
Okay.
for me, I just think if you want your team to get the ball, get out there and make a stop. Play good defense and make a stop. I mean, offense, I know offense is emphasized now. But
Right.
defense is a big part of the game. Get out there and make a stop if you want your team to have the ball. So as auditioning for commissioner, no, the overtime rule will not change. It's going to stay exactly the same.
That's what I'm talking about. Draw a line in the sand. Make a call. All puns intended. All right, Commissioner wannabe. Because to your point, the Chiefs had the ball roughly. I did a little homework. The Chiefs had the ball roughly 37 minutes. The Bills had the ball 28 minutes. And all the old school coaches say it should never come down to one possession anyway. So now, to your point, what I would do if Mike and I were going to be commissioner, I would say, hey, at the end of the game, at the end of regulation, it is what it is. And that will force those guys.
Up, Hugh,
Yeah.
I think he wants to retire partly because of everything that's going on in the league. And I think it's about the top is about to come off the bottle and he's scared.
Yeah. I know that's right. I say, listen, and if the game ends at 60 minutes, if that game is over when the clock strikes 0, it'll force those guys, to your point, Jason, they'll be more defensive minded because I got to get a stop. I have to get an extra possession. So I either go for 2, I'll work really hard to get a stop. But the overtime, I'm with you. I like the overtime rule as it stands.
Yeah. Now, what do you do in the playoffs, though, under your scenario? If the game does end in a tie, who advances?
All right. Well, let's play again. I'm just. Well, in that scenario,
I don't know that the overtime rule is necessarily. Major League Baseball played with the All-Star game and and the NBA played with different formations to their All-Star game, and they're always trying to do something different. I don't think that the overtime rule is a good one in the NFL. I think that if college can put something that it seems a lot more realistic than the NFL, then the NFL should be able to do, if not the same, but maybe something better. Because they never want to copy, because they want to be the NFL. They want people to copy them, not them copy someone else. But they should be able to come up with something different, because that game was just ridiculous.
Right.
For them both to fight that long and that hard, especially that ending, and for it to end like that, I think that's kind of crazy. They should have gotten at least a chance to get the ball. And that only would have made even more history if they would have came back, got the ball, and scored, and then the Bills scored as well in OT. And man, that would have it could have gone till players were just not even wanting to go back out on the field.
That's very true. Okay, now take your commissioner, I want to be commissioner hat off, put a player hat on. I bet your heart stopped when the Chiefs scored, tied the game with 13 seconds left in the game. As a defensive player, how were you feeling at that moment?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's when the Bills lost the game, in that 13 seconds of regulation. When they scored and there were 13 seconds left, I'm saying, okay, game's over. The Bills did it, So
right.
How do you give up a touchdown in just 13 seconds? I thought, I hate when, I understand why teams play prevent defense, but we joke and say what it does is it prevents you from winning.
That's exactly right.
defense is you give up a bunch of yards and you end up giving a field goal. So to me, that's where the Bills lost the game, by playing that soft defense in the last 13 seconds. As a defensive player, as someone that loves defense, you hate to see it, because it just should have never happened. There were so many things I thought they could have did differently to prevent that from happening, but they just didn't get it done.
Yeah, I mean, help us out tonight, because let's say you are on the coaching sideline for the Bills. What would you have done? Because those defensive coaches, their heads are rolling today. They have limited themselves from getting a head coaching job because of the poor job they did. And of course, you can coach from the sideline and you can be Monday morning quarterback. But what would you have done if you had been the defensive coordinator? What would you have done differently to prevent the Chiefs from having the opportunity to score with 13 seconds left on the clock?
Yeah, I think the biggest mistake they made was they gave Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce free releases. They didn't put anybody over top of them. If I was coordinating that defense, I would have had someone right in Tyreek Hill's face, someone right in Kelce's face, just to get your hands on them and slow them down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, you're still going to have the help over the top, but put someone right in their face just to try to get your hands on them and slow them down. The free release that gave wide open in the seam, that it was just too easy.
Yeah,
for Patrick Mahomes, it was like taking candy from a baby. So to me, that was the biggest mistake they made.
Okay, all right. So this weekend, Mike and I kind of neck and neck now with our picks. I think we went 2-2 the divisional round. Okay, we got the Chiefs versus the Bengals, and we got the Rams and the 49ers. What say ye, Commissioner Wannabe? Who you think coming out of this weekend?
Look, I know the 49ers have been on a little bit of a streak of beating the Rams, but I just don't see how they're going to get it done this weekend. So I really do like the Rams in this game. I just think their defensive line is so good, and it can really just disrupt the entire flow of an offense. And I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo. I know he's going to throw an interception in a crucial part of the game. So I'm going to go with the Rams in that one.
Okay.
And then, look, the Bengals have been a great story. You got to love what Joe Burrow's doing. They've been a great story. It's easy to root for them, but man, I don't see how after Kansas City won last week, it'd be hard to see them having a letdown and losing this weekend. So I like KC and I like the Rams this weekend.
Okay, what say you, Mike? I got the Rams 30. I got 34-27 Rams, and I got Chiefs 31-17 over the Bengals. What say ye, Mike?
Well, Yee says that the 49ers, the one good thing that I started with you about the entire time that they've been going back and forth from the beginning of the playoffs is that the 49ers defense was one that Dallas was going to have trouble with. They had trouble with them. They faced the Packers. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers, they lost that game because Aaron Rodgers was taken back by the fact that they were playing as good as they were playing.
Okay.
And as much hype as they've had, because the defense has won them the games. They've made enough plays on offense to score, but the defense has won their games. That said, the Rams win.
Okay.
So the Chiefs don't get so hyped up. The Chiefs, I've told you this from, I don't know, the beginning of the year. Well, not the mid-year when they were having their problems and they were getting themselves and people. I just can't believe that their own fan base wanted to put Mahomes out of business.
You're exactly right. Right.
I wish they would have. Because I would have told Daniel Snyder myself. I would have drove to his house. You better sign him ASAP. But they got it together. Like I told you, if they get their stuff together, there's going to be hell to pay.
That's right.
And as much as I like the story that Burrow has put together, and not just Burrow, because they have two 1,000-yard receivers.
That's right.
And that's one of the biggest things that they have going on for themselves is that Burrow has put himself in such great position that he has two wide receivers.
Yeah.
That is hard. You better have two competent corners or defenders to cover these guys.
That's right.
And then they have good enough running backs to complement their passing attack.
That's good. That's good,
It's
Mike.
going to be tough. As much as I want to say the Chiefs are going to win, I think that the Bengals could easily steal one. And
Okay.
as much as I want to say that I want the Bengals to win so that they can shut Patrick Mahomes' little brother up, that boy is
and his
annoying.
fiance.
I think that's the only way they're going to stop him from TikToking and doing all that stupid stuff on TV. But as much as I want that to happen, the Chiefs are just too powerful when they're running their offense in full force.
That's a good point.
That touchdown that Tyreek Hill, the 65-yarder, I believe it was,
Ooh.
that is just, you cannot. How can you deal with that kind of speed?
That boy, the play before that, and I wanna ask you about this, Jason. The play before that, and what do you guys think about this? And Mike just touched on it, how early on in the season it looked like the Chiefs were just a mess. You know, Patrick was turning the ball over, he was throwing the ball over like he's playing in the backyard. And a play he made during that final drive to score, he dumped it off to McCole Hartman. The play before Tyreek, he dumped it off. He did a check down. And if he had not gone through that adversity earlier in the year, he would not have made that play.
I think that the one of the biggest mistakes, to piggyback off of what he was talking about earlier with their defense, the Bills' defense going soft, it was both of their defense. Part of why you saw what you saw at the end is because both their defenses started playing off, and then there's so much good stuff to say about both their offenses doing what they did, but there's so much bad stuff to talk about what their defenses did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So people don't. Have you heard a single word about why their defense allowed all that, everything that happened to happen from both sides?
That's true.
It baffles me, but it's good for TV. And you know what? If it's making people happy at home, then the NFL cares about it. But I think to myself, that will have never happened between the Steelers of old and the Ravens games.
No.
That would have never happened. But it's exciting because, you know, it's, how can you not like scoring? But you know, if I had to put a coach hat on, I would be very upset.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I'm going up against Burrow now, who has two 1,000-yard receivers. What am I to expect now?
Yeah, because that's what Jason is saying. Jason is a defensive-minded coach. And to that point, Jason, again, you want to be commissioner. Do you think now the baton has passed to the new generational quarterbacks of today? Because Drew Brees is gone. Everybody talking about
pick, by the way.
Drew Brees is gone. Tom Brady is thinking about retirement. Aaron Rodgers, he may not be a Packer next year. He may be somewhere else. And so now you got the old guys are kind of leaving the scene, and here come the new guys. So who's your top 5 quarterbacks right now playing?
Oh, yeah, that's good. If you're going to think about the young guys, I mean, you obviously you got to say Mahomes, right?
Okay.
I think Josh Allen, the way that he's played lately is kind of putting himself in the conversation. I wouldn't have him at number 2, but I certainly think he's in the conversation.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think as long as Aaron Rodgers is still in the league, he has to be in your top 5 quarterbacks. I'm a big Russell Wilson fan. I know Russ didn't have a great year this year. He had some injuries, and Seattle is not what they used to be. But I think Russ on the right team, I think he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And then from there, I think you've got a bunch of guys that could vie for that 5th spot. The quarterback out and set for the Chargers, his name's escaping me right now.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, yeah. He's one that you definitely want to watch. Lamar Jackson is certainly very exciting and fun to watch. So, look, I think the future of the NFL is in really good hands when you look at the quarterback position.
That is so again, okay, one more quick question. We're gonna keep you for about another 10 minutes. Real quickly. So why is everybody giving Jimmy Garoppolo such a hard time, Commissioner? Why are they giving him so much flack? He just wins. He is 6-0 against the Rams. He wins.
This is nothing against your answer coming, because you seem to be a very logical person. But you could ask a potato that question,
Not a potato.
Not baked, just straight raw.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing with Garoppolo, and it's really not against him. It's with quarterbacks like him. I think he's a very good quarterback.
Okay.
I do. I think he's good. He's serviceable. I don't know that he's going to win a whole lot of games for you, but he's probably good enough not to lose games for you. But I don't know if that's enough to win you a Super Bowl, right? So I think Garoppolo, if you want to have a really good team, he could certainly be your quarterback. But is he a guy that can make a play when you need a play to be made, like we saw Mahomes, like we saw Josh Allen this weekend? I don't know that Garoppolo can make the throw that needs to be made when the game's on the line.
I hear you. Okay.
You rewind a couple years when they were in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, he had a guy wide open down the middle of the field and missed him, and that cost them the game. So, look, he's good. I just don't know if he's good enough to win you the big game when the game's on.
Wow. So
maybe he'll prove me wrong this weekend.
We'll see. I hope not.
You want me to tell you who Garoppolo is? In my opinion, he is a better version of Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison.
That's good. I like
that. Just a better version of Trent Dilfer. He can manage your game for you, but your defense better be on par if you're going to have him on your team.
Yeah. Because Trent won a Super Bowl and he's not.
Yeah, that defense he had just. Whew.
What about Jim McMahon?
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry to interrupt, Doc, but am I wrong? Did the Ravens that year they won the Super Bowl? They won a game 9-0, didn't they?
15-0, something like that. It was low scoring.
Meaning it was straight field goals.
Yeah.
They didn't need him.
Yeah. They could have put a punter in as a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the 1985 Chicago Bears that only lost to the Miami Dolphins had Jim McMahon at quarterback, and he was not the best quarterback in the world, but defense.
Only defenses that you could that I used to think that sometimes could win a game with like a safety.
Yeah, that's his position. That's his position. Yeah. That's his position. Man, listen, Brother Collins, thank you so much for stopping by. How can people follow your TikTok? Cause you're good on TikTok.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm Jason Talks Sports on TikTok. So come check me out there. Give me a follow. And we just have fun and we just talk about sports. So you can definitely find me at Jason Talks Sports.
Yeah,
How
man.
often do you get on? You have like a specific day where you're on?
I usually try to post at least 3 or 4 times a week. Nice. I post any current events that are happening in sports, mostly football and basketball, but we dabble a little bit in other things as well.
Yeah, that's what we do. We call it like we see it, man. It is so. Thank you again. Real quick, 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. What's wrong with the Lakers? 2 minutes. What's wrong with the Lakers?
I said from day one that I just didn't think that roster fit together. They got a whole bunch of good players, but I don't think it's a good group to fit together. So I said, I think after their second or third game that I thought they needed to make some changes to the roster. I don't think Russ fits. I think they need to move off of Russ. And if Anthony Davis isn't going to be healthy, I just don't think they have a realistic chance to win. But we'll see.
We'll see, man. Well, listen, I'm going to talk to you offline and coordinate bringing some more guests on. And thank you so much. And continue to love those fourth graders, man. You just don't know what a huge impact you are being on them, and they are young, and you're molding their minds and everything, and you're a bright influence on them, man. So just congratulations to all that you do. And hey, man, go Rams and go Chiefs, right?
All right, man. Thank you for having me on. I enjoyed it.
All right, big man. Well, listen, y'all, that was Jason Talk Sports. That's our friend. and we just thankful that he's here. Listen, we're going to get out here. We're going to play a quick commercial and another video getting ready for our show agenda. Let's go over our show agenda real quick. We just talked about the divisional round. The Chiefs and the Bills. We talked about the championship round, the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Rams, and the 49ers. We're going to talk a little bit about Sean Payton and TB12. The quarterback torch has been passed. The Lakers keep losing. And AB, will he ever change? We don't know. All right, let's play another quick video, and then we'll be back, guys.
Middle of this time, wide to the left. Brady looking the other way. Brady going deep down the right sideline for Evans. He makes the catch. He's in for the score. Akers. Oh, he lost the ball. And the Buccaneers come up with it at the 30-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh. Here we go.
Look at the pile of players in there to try and stop this thing.
Can they keep it alive? Brady's going to hand it off. It's Fournette. He's going to take it to the end zone.
Out and may show up.
Stafford.
Oh,
He couldn't have fumbled it again, but he did. But he holds on to it. Stafford. Deep downfield. He's got Kupp. He's got to get out of bounds, and he is able to do that. Gain of 20.
He does get out.
Stafford, deep downfield. He's got Kupp again. He's at the 10. Stafford says, "Let's get down there. We got to clock it. We got to get the field goal." Clock running down. They have time. Rams getting set. Getting ready for Matt Gay to come in. He spikes it there, and Matt Gay will come in and try to win the game. In the game, the Rams tried every which way to lose. As I said before, if Cooper Kupp doesn't wind up in the top 5 in the MVP balloting, it's a crime. 30 yards to win the game. Matt Gay boots it through.
That was a good game, y'all. That was a great game. Oh, where's Mike? I think we may have a fill-in real quick. Where's Mike? Come on in here, Mike. Let's see who we got. There we go. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Doc of Doc and Mike on the mic, and we just had a good time. Thank you, Jason, for being on the show with us. He played at Penn State, and his brother Andre Collins, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, played for the Washington, at that time, the Washington Redskins. They won a Super Bowl. Man, what did you do with Mike? Look. What did you do with Mike? Hey, Susanna. Hey, Shirley. I don't know where Mike went, y'all. We got a fill in real quick. I don't know what happened to Mike. What's up, Shirley?
I had to go home.
Mike had to.
He has some business to take care of, man. So now you have Dominican meat.
Hey, Dominican meat. What's up, man?
You know, Mike not here, but you know who here?
Who here?
Me.
Hey, Dominican meat. So are you a Washington football team fan like he is, or what?
Mike has shown me very much mucho football.
Okay.
I love football. I love him. I love football.
Well, let me ask you your take then, cause Mike gets a little. Mike goes sideways sometimes. He be picking on me. I guess he loved me too much. But who do you think winning this weekend? The Rams, or the 49ers, or the Chiefs, or the Bills? Who you got, Dominican me?
I like the team that had the arrow for the fishing rod.
Okay, that's the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs. The Chiefs. They the boss. Yes.
Okay. So why do you like the Chiefs over the Bengals? Why don't you like the Bengals?
Because I don't like Tiger. They scratch. They out. My arm is no bueno for a long time, and everything have to, no doctor for my boo-boos and stuff.
Okay. So what about the Rams and the 49ers? Do you like the Ram? Do you like Rams, or do you like 49ers? And I don't know what a 49er is. Is that? I don't know what a 49er is. Do you like
Well,
them?
the 49ers, they look for gold.
Oh, is that what it, okay.
I like to make my chains and my bracelet, but I like the ram because after they finish playing, we can cook the ram.
Okay.
And make a very good stew.
I like that, man. I like that. That sounds so good, man. We just so excited about the football season. The playoffs are so awesome. It's a lot of energy going, man. And I don't know if you know much about Antonio Brown, but
Who's this guy?
we wonder about him, man. He's all over the place. You sit right there and I'm gonna show you. You ask who he is, I'm gonna show you who he is. Sit right there and check this video out real quick.
Prior to the game on January 2nd, the game against the New York Jets at the Meadowlands, were you given shots of Toradol?
Absolutely. Right before the game, I was given Toradol.
We actually have, Bryant, in the medical records that we've reviewed, evidence that the team regularly injected Antonio with Toradol. So he couldn't feel the damage that he was doing to his ankle until it got to that threshold point where he told his coach, "Coach, I can't play because of my ankle." And the coach's response to that was, "Get the F off the field."
Okay, so the Bucs shot you with Toradol in the week before the Carolina game, correct?
Absolutely.
They shot you again before the Jets game, correct?
Absolutely.
And you played the first half and had 3 catches for 26 yards, correct?
Yes.
And Arians claims that at halftime then you were upset about not getting more balls thrown your way. True or false? Is he lying?
False. It's not worrying about the ball. Tom Brady is my guy. He the reason I'm on Tampa Bay, so I know I'm going to get the ball.
So I played
Antonio,
you a little
I saw where
bit.
you seen
I played you a little bit of Antonio Brown. So do you have anybody like in the Dominican Republic that's kind of like Antonio Brown? It looks to everybody they seem crazy, but when they talk, they not crazy. Everybody else is crazy, but they not crazy. They do crazy things, but they not crazy. They do what makes their heart happy. Do you know anybody like Antonio Brown?
Yes, I do. My neighbor, his name is Polo.
Okay, okay.
Polo, not like chicken.
Okay.
No, Polo.
Loco Polo.
He doesn't play sport, but he plays with his feet all the time. Very rude guy.
Okay.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Bad for business. Bad for business.
I know, right? And one of our guests tonight, his name is Brendan. He's a good friend of Mike. And he says you got on that firefighter's mustache.
Well, thank you. What's his name?
His name is Brendan.
No understand.
Brendan. I don't know how you would say Brendan in your language. Brendanio?
It says, poopy.
Okay. And I think Susanna says hello. Shirley says hello. And we got a few people in the chat just they like what they see. They like the Dominican Me. So Dominican Me, are you gonna be a regular here? Or are you just visiting Mike? Or how?
I have visa for 6 months.
6 months.
You buy another 6 months, I come back. Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm so excited.
I know. Man, this is funny, man. Let's see. Let's look at our agenda, make sure we covered everything. We talk. We got to talk about Sean Payton retiring. Hold on a minute. Hey, we got to talk about Sean Payton. He's been in the he has coached the New Orleans Saints. I cannot believe he coached 16 years. And you may not know a lot about the NFL, but the New Orleans Saints is based in New Orleans, Louisiana. They're a pretty good football team. Their main quarterback retired 2 seasons ago, and Sean Payton tried to kind of weather that storm over the last 2 seasons. They haven't played real well, so he's about to retire. So what do you think about the coaches in the NFL? Do you pay attention to the NFL?
I pay very good attention to the NFL because it's very close to my heart.
Oh, that is awesome, man. That is awesome.
I believe that Sean Payton, he had problem.
Okay.
He doesn't have a Drew Brees no more.
That's right. That's exactly right.
You having no Drew Brees no more, you show everybody that you are not the same coach.
That's so true. And you know what? The little birdie is telling me that he may come to the Cowboys.
The little birdie, his name is what? Doc?
Yeah.
Because
that's
you
right.
lied.
That's
I
me.
don't mean the month. I mean you lie.
We excited, man. Cowboy Nation is excited, but we don't know what they're going to do with Mike McCarthy because Jerry Jones is still intimating, he's still insinuating that Mike McCarthy is not going anywhere. So we don't know, but we are hoping we get Sean Payton.
The good thing about this is that, in the NFL world, if he has a quarterback, he can be a good coach. If he go to the Cowboys, he can probably win again.
That's true.
Good.
That is very true. Let me ask you, get your opinion, Dominican me. You watch football a little bit. These quarterbacks now, these young quarterbacks, man, they are making a name for themselves. Who's your favorite quarterback right now? If you got one or two favorite quarterbacks, who do you like as far as a quarterback?
I don't have favorite, but I have a good idea of who deserves to be in the top cinco.
Okay, give it to me. Give me to me. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
I believe Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Not my home. That's his name. Mahomes.
Mahomes. Say it again.
Patrick Mahomes, not my home. I believe he belongs top 5. I believe the guy from the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, belongs in top 5.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, I believe, might tell me you don't feel like he's a very good guy for you.
That's right. I don't like him. Me no like him.
He played the Cowboys. I believe they beat him.
Yes.
So,
yes.
The fact of the matter is, if you have Aaron Rodgers, your team wins.
That's right.
No lie.
Hey, Mike does not know this. When before the season started and Aaron Rodgers was heeing and hawing and flip-flopping, was he going to go back? Is he going to get traded? And he said he may want to go to the Cowboys. I was like, well.
You think 2 times.
Yeah.
You think 2 times, huh?
That's right. I thought 2 times. But who's number 4, number 5? We got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. Who would you put in your number? Unos, dos, tres, cuatro. Who would you put? Cuatro. Who would you put in your 4th and 5th spot?
Would be a very close to not my heart, but Mike Hart. He's somewhere else right now. Excuse me.
Okay.
Justin Herbert.
Okay. I like that.
Joe Burrow.
Okay, Joe. I got you.
They bring their team, how do you say, arriba, up. Yes.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I appreciate you, man. We got about 10 more minutes left in the show. Can you stay with me for 10 more minutes?
I could do maybe not.
Man, it is so good to see you. Okay, I got another video to play real quick. Hold on. 2, 3. We played that. Sean Payton. Oh, Sean Payton has something to say to the Saints. Hold on.
Sean Payton has a home in Dallas.
Oh, this is where
used to be on the Cowboys staff, has relationships there, spends a lot of time there. Jerry loves him. I think that would be the number 1 choice. And I think Dallas fits. I think they have the pieces. Listen, I've always said, I like Dak Prescott. I like him. To me, he's like a B+ quarterback. Sean Payton's the kind of guy that can take a quarterback like Dak and move him a half a grade. He's not going to turn Dak from B to A+. But can he take back Dak this year from B to B+ to A- in that A class? Absolutely.
Oh, I love him. We got one more.
Aaron, you said the toe felt better, after the bye week last week, not having to.
Prior to the game on January 2nd,
This is epic. Top high school prospect Travis Hunter flips from.
Middle of this time, wide to the left.
Let's see if Mike is back. Yeah, there he is.
I know, but I mean, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm back. Dominican me. I told him don't come here. He was saying, visiting, the guy wait for me to go to the bathroom, and then he comes and take my mic. What is wrong with him? You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Y'all, Shirley, Susanna, Miss Susanna, Brendan. This is Mike every day. We laugh so hard on the phone. Tell them what little Mike had yesterday. What did we get, little Mike?
Oh, little Mikey. Even today, the boy has. I think I'm going to have to start washing his those 2 items like every day because he hasn't taken it off.
Are you serious?
But Patricia, am I right? And Doc sent Mikey a sweatshirt of Spider-Man and a hat.
That's right.
And the boy will not take it off. He's excited, static. If I found another S word, I would say.
Mike, boy, I love you, man. Listen, I don't know if you caught this. You may have been off camera and talking to Dominican me, but we are going to get Adrian Collins. We're gonna get LeVar Arrington.
I'm sorry, say that name again.
We're gonna get Adrian Collins.
Is that the linebacker from the Washington Redskins?
Yes, and we're gonna get LeVar Arrington.
Shut your face. Did you see what I think you said?
Hey, I'm not even a Redskins fan or a football team fan, or I'm excited about them, man. I remember those guys.
Hey, you ain't say nothing better up until now.
Man,
that sounds good to me.
I'm excited,
Redskins
man.
Nation is gonna be excited. Somebody want to say hi to you? I'm sorry.
Come on, little Mike.
That's say hi, Doc.
Hi, Doc.
Hey, little Mike.
That's enough.
Hey, little Mike. Hey, Mike. Before we go, and I guess you and Jason answered this question already. What makes this top 5 that you put together? Those guys can make that throw when the game is on the line.
We put nothing together yet.
Yeah, that game, those quarterbacks, to what makes a great quarterback, they can make that throw when the game is on the line.
I overheard what Dominican Lee said, and I 100% agree. I think that he has learned well, and one of my favorites out of that group is Justin Herbert.
You like him?
The NFL will be seeing what they saw from Josh Allen and Mahomes. They're going to see it out of him on a weekly basis as the years come forward.
Wow.
I just think that kid has the arm and the accuracy to turn into the next Peyton Manning, Brady, you name whoever you want that's a top quarterback. He has the ability to become one of them.
That is awesome, man. Do you hey, how cold is it out there tonight?
It's cold enough to you know how in Texas or Arizona you can probably cook an egg on the street.
Yeah.
Here you can freeze your spit as it's coming out your mouth.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm coming to see you in March 16th. We're gonna do our live show on the 18th.
It'll be better. You'll have better weather. It'll be. I would hope it will be up above 40.
Hey, I'm really excited about that. Listen, guys, thank you for tonight. Now, I got Mike and our picks. We picking the same this weekend. The Rams and the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. Talk to
about the Lakers?
Yeah, yes, we did. We talked about the Lakers. He said that roster. Hold on. Yeah, Lakers keep losing. Have mercy. They lost again last night, man. They are 24-25, and I think they're the 10th in the 10th spot in the Western Conference. I don't even know if they're gonna make the playoffs.
Every loss that they have puts a smile on my face.
You don't like the Lakers?
I hate them, and I don't hate them because I just hate the Lakers. I hate them because of how they put that team together.
I understand.
I just don't agree with a I don't agree with the Yankees. I don't agree with the Lakers. I don't agree with any team that LeBron has gone to and tried to put an all-star team together. I just don't agree with that kind of stuff.
I understand.
Me personally, I'm a nobody when it comes to, playing sports.
Right.
But me personally, as my competitive nature,
okay,
I could not.
You cannot.
I cannot. I would never want to play with a bunch of.
You wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to.
I want to beat the best. I don't want to be surrounded by all best.
Okay, you want to beat the best.
Yes.
Okay. So
I just don't like the way he likes to go about trying to win.
Okay, cause those players of old said they would have never done like that. Jordan would have never played with either Magic or Larry Bird.
A lot of people like to say, "Oh, the players of old."
Right.
It's not about that because Jordan wasn't the only one. Shaquille feels the same. Barkley feels the same. There's a lot of players that feel that way, and you don't have. It doesn't have to be necessarily going back to how it used to be.
Right.
But the fact is that it's just better competition when you know that both teams going against each other are going to have an equal battle, not when you expect that one team is coming in. Goliath is coming in. Nobody expects, unless there's going to be 100 Davids to go against 100 Goliaths, nobody's going to say that Davids are going to win every fight.
I understand.
That's a biblical term that, for those of you that don't know who Goliath and David are.
That's right.
That's just a fact. And
that's a good point. That's a valid point.
Yeah, I like to see competition, and one of the good things that nobody wants to. Would you pay HBO? All these fights go on HBO on pay-per-view and so forth, so on. Would you pay if you knew who was going to be the winner? I mean,
that's true.
Win the fight?
That's true.
It doesn't have the same luster.
I understand. I hear you loud and clear. Well, listen, man, I'm excited about this weekend. I guess next week we got who's coming on next week?
Well, I will like to. When me and Doc originally decided to do this show, it was me and Doc. But we have another gentleman who was supposed to be part of the show. And I don't want to reveal his name just yet. But we are in talks to add the third piece of the tripod. And the Doc and Mike on the Mike podcast might be adding a new name. And
you know what? Yeah, you know what I think? I think the way we should call it, what we're going to call it, is Doc and Mike on the mic plus one.
The plus one.
I'm excited. That'll be sexy, man. That'll be sexy.
That it's going to be exciting because it was the original thought, and to be able to say that we're possibly going to be putting it together starting next week.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I think it's gonna be a great addition for everyone to see.
I'm so excited, and I love you, and great to be here. And listen, don't hit that go button till 9:45. Hey Shirley, Miss Shirley, Miss Susanna, Mama Susanna. Oh, it's so good to see y'all. Brenda, love you, man. Love everybody. And remember, I'm Doc.
I'm Mike. And let me just say that Brendan does. Brendan is a stuntman.
Is it?
He does stunts in XXX movies.
He does. What you say?
For Little Richard. Hi, Brendan.
Y'all are awesome. Y'all have a good night. Go Rams, go Chiefs. We're going to see y'all next week with our plus one. I'm so excited. And y'all be encouraged. And remember, Doc and Mike on the mic, we call it like we see it.
Go Redskins.
Oh, and tell Dominican me I said good night.